we really see three different paths for companies right now that are using VCM. One, you can migrate to lateral replacement products. So this would be some of our competitors, some of our products. We'll get to those on the next slide, but you're going to move to something that provides a similar functionality of what you have in invoice router. And that's one way to go. Some of you have grown significantly in your capabilities and size and requirements, and so you may be looking to do more than what VCM has done for you in the past. And for that, there are other products that bring new features and functionality to the table. They kind of fit in that enterprise content services bucket. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. But thirdly, there's, maybe there's something out there that allow you to use your existing platform, but expand the feature set and be a really cost competitive option. So taking a look at those in a little bit more depth, if we're looking at some lateral replacement products. For DTI, a lateral replacement product for VCM is a product called filebound. It's an easy to deploy web-based solution that offers workflow, e-forms, mobile capability, on-premise or cloud. When we've compared what a filebound implementation against a current VCM implementation might look like, we're seeing that price range falls in the $30,000 to $50,000 range. You see the blue asterisk by filebound, that just means that's something that DTI provides. The other two companies on this screen, Paperless Environments and TimberScan, the information under these bullet points, I don't know personally about, but these are what we have been told by you guys, by some of your counterparts. People that are going through this process already have shared this. So we're looking at the 30 to 50K as an average for kind of a mid-sized VCM user. And you'll want to get more in depth with that if you explore these. But paperless environments, we're seeing, obviously, if you're a Timberline or Sage user, they've got a nice integration there. We're hearing that the content management features are not as strong in paperless as they are even in Application Extender or some of the other products on the market. But they do a pretty good job in being able to provide these features to other places in the organization. TimberScan, similar to paperless, has got a great integration with Sage. Is mainly an accounts payable automation solution, and doesn't seem that people are using it in other departments. And it is well integrated to Sage, but it is kind of limiting in scope and where it can be used. And mainly, so that's just an AT. For full enterprise class, we're having some of these conversations now with some of you. onbase is the DTI enterprise content management platform. It's in the Gartner Magic Quadrant in the leader category. Workflow, mobile solutions, case management, all kinds of things kind of expand out. So if you're finding that you're talking about a lot of different types of solutions, creating that single platform across the enterprise that's integrated and does a lot of things, this is kind of the category that you're working in. onbase is aware of what we're doing with the VCM crowd, and we have worked some special pricing and incentives. So if you have looked at onbase before or are interested in onbase, we've got some things we can talk about there. FileNet is another that's kind of in that enterprise class. It's a large product, certainly more expensive, more involved when it comes to integration and professional services, but you're also asking the product to do a lot more than you would some of the mid-tier products. And then finally, SharePoint is out there as well. We see a lot of SharePoint, and people are trying to use SharePoint as an enterprise platform, but it really requires the support of other Microsoft products. Microsoft Flow, I think, is one of them that does some workflow, and a few other things. While the price point may seem great with Microsoft, meaning that it's probably included in your Microsoft license, where we see some of the complaints about SharePoint is that it becomes kind of an administrative nightmare. Nightmare might be a strong word, but it requires a lot on the administrative side. If not careful and don't control how it's deployed, you can end up with a lot of SharePoint sites out there which still have duplicate data, duplicate images, kind of in that same same environment. So those are a few that we see out there on the full replacement product.